nil in what was a game where there's really no negatives to take out of it. Bruno took the game really seriously, more than personally I would have, if I'm being totally honest. If I was Wolves manager, I would have made way more changes, but it was basically a first choice 11 with obviously John Ruddy coming in. Everyone knew that would happen, and Fabio Silva getting rightly so a start up front. I think the only real debate was who would play left centre back. I saw some people saying maybe it would be a back four. I think everyone knew it wasn't going to be. I thought Marcel was okay. Coming into this game, I thought we'd kind of answer who would play for Roman Tace until he comes back. But now I'm even more confused than I was before the game. I thought Marcel had an okay first half. Wasn't great, but it was fine. And then Dendoncker came on at half time. I don't know if that's planned or not, but it'd be interesting to see who starts next week against Southampton, because we've seen two different people play there now who are first teamers in other areas. But apart from that, I think, look, it was a really positive game. Everyone played really well. The first 10 minutes were a bit ropey. Fabio Silva had a good header and Adama put in a nice ball. But apart from that, Sheffield United had some good chances. We had a penalty claim from Daniel Podence, which was never a penalty, in my opinion anyway. Cody had to clear one basically off the line. But as soon as Fabio held the ball up really well, Daniel Podence easy finish. And Fabio didn't have to lay that off, by the way. He didn't have to. He could have very easily taken a shot. He did the hard work to win the ball back. He had every right to, but he laid off to Daniel Podence. It was a good finish. And kind of after that, it kind of just felt easy after that. I think there was a bit of a sucker punch Sheffield United, and we kind of just controlled the game from then on, really. Adama missed a one-on-one, pretends to be surprised. It was a great ball through by Fabio Silva as well. And this is why I have an issue with Adama Traore sometimes. Like, people always say, oh, well, Adama puts in good crosses and no one's there. And it's like, well, yeah, but people give Adama Traore really good chances as well. Like, Fabio Silva should have had 2 assists today, but he doesn't get them because of Adama Traore's poor finishing. And look, I'm not saying he was awful today, but this is championship opposition against a left back I'd never even heard of, and Adama just looked all right. Do you know what I mean? Like, I still find it weird that people are so obsessed with Adama Traore, but whatever. Fabio Silva had another really good run as well. Chipped the goalkeeper, went just wide. I think the goalkeeper got a touch in the end. To be fair, Sheffield United actually did score. I got disallowed for a high foot, which twice. I'm always a bit sus of high foots, to be honest. I didn't really think it should have been disallowed, but whatever, rules are rules. Then obviously second half Moutinho came on, everyone knew that would probably happen for Ruben, or thought it would be for Ruben, but actually wasn't. Dendoncker dropped back. I don't want to see Dendoncker drop back in centre back. I actually think he's a better centre back person than he is a central midfielder. I don't think he does anything in central midfield to warrant him starting, whereas he's a perfectly fine centre back, but I don't think that can. And I thought we looked better in the second half defensively, and maybe that was because of Dendoncker instead of Marcel, but we have no midfield depth unless Bruno Jordao is the next big thing. But Adama went on a really good run. Trincao and Raul came on. It was nice to see Fabio Silva get a really nice ovation from the crowd, because, look, he didn't score, but his hold-up play was really good. He made the right passes. Even when a pass he made didn't work out, I could look at it and go, okay, I can understand what you were trying to do there. And then I thought Raul came on and did pretty well. Did well for the third goal. Daniel Podence got. And Semedo, I forgot about that. I was really happy for Semedo. I thought he'd actually missed it at first, if I'm being totally honest with you. But he's deserved a goal. I think people are slowly starting to warm to Nelson Semedo now, which is really nice. It was a good cross by Nuri as well. I don't think he actually had an incredible game, but he put in a nice ball for Nelson to tap in. And I think the game was kind of dead after that. Then obviously their goalkeeper had a howler and Podence scored. It's interesting to see Kundal and Jordao come on as well. Like, Ryan Giles and Dion Sanderson have been recalled. Didn't really get used. I can't see them being used in the Premier League, so I don't know if that's just because they haven't impressed in training or they'll be going back on loan next week, but it's interesting to see Jordao come on. Did all right. I don't think Luke Kundal even touched the ball. But overall, I think the things you can take from the game, we just still don't know who's going to be our new centre-back. When Roman says at the AFCON, Semedo's clearly our best right-back. I don't hate Marcel, but Ray he needs to keep that spot. He looked fit. He looks like he's recovered from that injury. And Daniel Podence is our best winger now. It's kind of weird. At the start of the season, Podence kind of felt like the odd one. Hwang, Trincao, Traore were getting more minutes. And Podence kind of refound his form. It's nice to see. Feels like the most natural finisher out of our 4 wide players. And if he can go on a run, it'll be really big for us for the second half of the season. It will almost feel like a new signing. God. But I thought Fabio did really well. Personally, when you look at Wolves' fixtures list now, obviously we've got the Sheffield United one out of the way. The next 2 are Southampton and Brentford before, obviously, the deadline day. And maybe the Watford game will get put in and around there as well. This is the perfect chance for me to give Fabio Silva a game. I thought Raul came on and did fine, but Fabio Silva's earned that spot. I assume he came off because he's just come back from COVID and probably couldn't play the full 90. But even if Raul does come in against Southampton, I want to see Fabio come on. Even if it's just for 20 minutes, we might as well use him. I hope he doesn't get loaned out. We don't need to waste money on a striker. Fabio's good enough for me. He proved that today. And even if he does get loaned out, I've heard people say, well, you don't want to loan him out to the Championship. What if he struggles? Sheffield United were a Premier League club last season. Their defence is okay. And Fabio proved that he can play at Championship level. So if they do want to loan him out to a Championship club like Sheffield United, that's fine. But I'd keep him around. I hope he gets more minutes. I think he's earned that after that spot. Traore is just kind of meh. Overall, good game. It was an easy watch, which you don't really see often with Wolves. Same with scoring 3. Have we even scored 3 goals this season in a game? Against Villa. But apart from that, we haven't actually done that, so that was nice to see. But I guess we'll wait for Monday, see who we get in the cup, or in the 4th round draw. And kind of just wait for the transfer window, really. But I think the big takeaway from the game, Daniel Podence is clearly our best winger right now, and Fabio should start for me personally. I guess we're just kind of waiting on the Traore situation to see if we make any signings. But if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and yeah, peace.